Hello WordPress peoples. In this video we are going to talk about new directives. In my previous video I showed you two directives, WP Interactive and WP On. In this video I'm gonna explain two new directives. One is WP Context and another one is WP Text. So what is WP Context? So it provides a local state available to specific HTML and its children. So here in this example, if you see this data WP context, so basically it will be a JSON value. So we have to pass a JSON over here, and whatever data we add in the context directive, those data will be available under the children of that specific div or element. So for example, here we have added a post. So this post object we can use wherever we want under this element. So any of the child element we can use this data. So let me show you by the example. So before jumping into the code, in my previous video I showed you this is my custom block plugin. Then this is the custom block. I'm gonna just start npm. Sorry. So all of this I have explained in the previous video. So basically, if you are new to this video, I would recommend to start watching this playlist from the beginning so that you know what we are doing in this video. Otherwise, continue watching this. So let's jump into the code. So we have a function called WP Interactivity data WP context, which converts this type of data automatically. We just have to pass the array inside that function and it will be converted into the context. So we don't need to write data WP context, we just need to use this function. So I'm gonna copy this and make sure you add this in your parent block division or element. So here we see that an array is passed, so I'm gonna say context and I will define context here. So I don't want this one. So what do we pass in the context? So let's say you want to, so anything which helps your block for the interactivity that you can pass in this context. So in our example, I want sorry, so this is the button we created in the previous video. When we click, it is opening this. Now let's say I want to change the text of this button when I click. So for that we have to use WP text. Now WP text is used to change or set the inner text of an HTML. So let me show you that first. So here we wrote click me over here. So instead of doing this, I can use data WP text equals to, I'm not gonna write anything. So I want this text over here, click me, so that we can pass in this context. And let's say button text. So now so let's npm is running. So now I pass I pass button text in a context. Now before doing anything, let's refresh this and I'm gonna show you something. So of course text is gone because we removed that, but here you see this context. So it has added this attribute data wp context, and then this is button text click me. So as this is context, now we can use this data to display our text. So how do we do that? So if we want to get any data from the context, we have to write context dot then this key. Now when we refresh the page, it will look for this variable from the context, and whatever the value we have assigned, that will go for this attribute. Now this attribute is displaying the text in the inner HTML. So we will see click me button as the text for this button. So now I'm gonna remove this. Let's refresh this. So now click me button has this text attribute. So I hope you now understand how the context and this WP data text works. Now what I'm gonna do, so currently if we click, this is the pop-up we are getting, but I want to change this text when I click instead of that alert. So how do we do that? So we have this function already in my from the previous video, that when we click, this callback function will be execute. So now I will open the view.js and look for this, which is under the actions. Now I want to change the text, and our text is assigned to this variable in context. So now what I'm gonna do is that first in this import interactivity, whatever the context we have over here, that we can get from this variable. So this is the inbuilt function or variable we can call, which gets all the context from our block. So I'm gonna use this variable context, and all the context we will get over here. Now our button variable is button text. So when I click, this function will be executed, and then I will write something like this: context dot copy this button text equals to I am clicked. So now what happens is that when we click on this button, so initially text will be this, and on this click we are changing the text. So now I'm gonna refresh this. So if I click, it has changed this text. So I hope you understand now that when we click, this function is called, and in this function we are changing the context. So I hope you understand now WP context and WP text. Context is very crucial for the block development. We have to think, or maybe whenever you start building your block, and whatever whatever you have needed for your block, that you can use as context. So yeah, This is it for the WP context and WP text. If you have any doubt or question, please write down below in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video. Jai Somnath, Har Har Mahadev.